right, how are you doing? A very good morning to you. Another beautiful week. Happy Father's Day happy belated Father's Day to those who celebrated yesterday, those who are just about to be. But happy Father's Day to every father out there and here as well. There are people of status who are doing the thing. So happy Father's Day to all of you. Well, it is Monday, so we have to talk about sports, and we'll jump right into it. But first, let me introduce the panel. The person with the brightest colors, Zita Rita. Habari ya asubuhi. Hiyo ndio inaitwa mustard.
Yeah. Mustard yellow.
Mustard yellow. I tell you.
Uko salama. Ni vizuri yani uko na ile I think macho ya kuona colors.
Thank you.
If you ask maybe Arocho will tell you maybe it's yellow ama brown.
Beige.
You know, men wananga hiyo macho.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I am a man of diverse talent. It's good to see everything. Yes. Tijan.
Yes, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm cool. I'm good.
Yes.
I thought it's gold.
You see?
You see?
No, where does mustard yellow come in? I thought this is gold. So,
gold?
Yeah, surely. So if it's mustard yellow, what would you call that?
That's yellow.
But this should be gold. Anyway.
That's gold.
We're here.
Or orange.
I think the man who would make the loudest noise on set today is Arocho. Yeah, because...
That's why I'm saving it for last.
Yeah, because you see, he lacks allegiance. He goes where good things are. Yeah, so right now he wants to
Success has many fathers.
Yeah, he wants to claim like he did a lot of good things. He sowed the seed and now he's reaping the fruit, which is not the case. Now he's forgotten about KCB. But we are used to him, so anyway. So
we'll accommodate him.
Viewer be warned. Yeah.
All right. Hazard, Pulisic, Fernandez, Pochettino, Shitera.
Greetings from Kakamega.
Yes.
I was there over the weekend. I enjoyed the environment. Greetings also from a very big fan called Vincent Mose from Nakuru.
Vincent Mose.
He says, yeye kabla aende kazini, lazima aochi show. So that
Vincent Mose, big up yourself, man. Yeah,
that shows that it's a show that caters for the interests of Mwananchi.
Yeah, kabisa. Yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
yes,
introducing the latest entrance to the KPL, the one and only Fred Shabana Arocho.
Yes, we are here. And first of all, I'm so disappointed with the entire set.
Yes.
Before I start talking about Shabana, the last time we were on this set, these guys almost killed me.
Why?
When they thought that Faith Kipyegon was not going to be rewarded. Wait, guys, no, you spoke in silence.
Umeulizwa mambo ya Shabana, unaleta mambo.
The backward you look, the forward you see.
Yes.
And so kuna macho backward.
The Ministry of Sports.
After watching the show.
After watching. Because let me correct this guy, because it is after watching the show. You see, Arocho, you will stop lying to us and Kenyans. The first invite was supposed to be at the JKIA.
Yes.
Then they realized, wait. Yes. We are journalists. The first invite ilikuwa wapi? The first invite. Ngoja, you are a journalist.
It was at Wilson.
The first ilikuwa Wilson, you know?
Yes.
Then wakachange kapelekwa wapi?
No, I'm not done.
Okay, wait. Now let me finish for you. Arocho, let us hold the people in authority to account. The show has just ended na umesikia Gituko akiuliza. Hii pesa tunaenda kuweka kwa a certain kikapu. Who will manage it? Very critical. In this case, we raised it on this show.
Yeah.
And the protocol yenye uliona ikifall through from Wilson Airport to State House, it was not the original plan, it was an afterthought. Number one. Number two, now we want to remind them, now leave alone Faith Kipyegon. There is another girl called Okutoi. Angela Okutoi. So we will tell them. We will tell them. Kipyegon, we told them, wakamfuata. we are telling them kuna mwingine anaitwa Okutoi kwa tennis. Okay. So it is our responsibility, it is our job. So usiseme ati tulikupinga, hatukukupinga.
Can I finish?
Now,
before I was rudely interrupted.
No, I was just correcting you.
I was rudely interrupted.
We must lay the rules now. For this one, allow Arocho to speak.
Please.
But he cannot lie to us.
But he hasn't even finished.
I've not finished.
Hata hajafika.
Anaanza kusema hapa ati wewe. I said it.
Okay.
We said it.
Ngoja.
For the plan that was unveiled at State House, it was not a one-day thing. It was meticulously prepared. But that one aside, congratulations once again to Faith and the ministry and the government. They did a good job. At least we are smiling.
Correct.
We also expect Okutoi and even the boxer, the lady who won the world championship the other day. She beat an athlete from Mexico. We need also to see something.
You forgot
Argentina.
You forgot even to congratulate them on paying their ambassadors because you're congratulating them in everything.
For me to finish my introduction, once again, Shabana is in.
Is ndani.
Yes.
Promoted.
And we are not there through any favor. We are there on merit. And any team that is coming to Kisii, be prepared. And the next match Shabana is playing is in Nairobi. And that match was scheduled to be played at Toyoyo. And I'm sure it's not going to be played at Toyoyo. We can no longer play at Toyoyo. We're going to play at Nyaga. So that's where we are.
Swila warned you, people. Swila warned you. All right, let's start with Harambee Stars. Like Rita Zita said.
So umewachana na KCB, eh?
No, we are there.
Okay, we shall see. Anyway, let's start with the Harambee Stars. And hopefully they should also be encouraged that, at least kama watu wanafanywa mavitu jameni, hata hao wanaweza fanywa wakicheza vizuri. So what did you think about this outing for Harambee Stars?
Well, better half a loaf than no bread. I know the Federation has received a lot of flack over this. Justifiably, if you look at it deeply, whichever side of the coin you choose, because there are guys who say, well, this was a FIFA international window, but we are out of AFCON qualifiers, which are ongoing. So are we to have our boys in limbo, inactive? So the fact that they kicked a ball is a plus, rather than have them not active. Remember, thanks to the mess of the previous regime, Stars actually were banned, the caretaker. And of course, that government interference, in my view, wasn't justified because we didn't see the fruits we all thought could come out of it. So to me, it was not a win, but a big lose for Kenya.
Right.
Now, they were active, but questions have been asked now. The caliber of the opposition we played. Mauritius, the ranking is down there. Look at Pakistan again, a team mainly known for cricket. Again, the ranking is way down there. And as I've always said in this set, your FIFA rankings will mainly be dependent on whom you play and during what point in time. Because if it is a match played within the FIFA window, it gets recognition. And if you say you go and beat the Africa's highest ranked team as at now, Morocco, I'm talking of Senegal, the big boys, it gives you a lot of exposure and it gives you a lot of value in your rankings. And also probably an opportunity for your players to be seen by big clubs, let's say in Morocco. Yeah, that's a very good competitive league. South African league, very competitive. But when you play a team like Pakistan, whose ranking is way down there, it does not add a lot of value in terms of rankings. Again, I don't think you want our players to go to Pakistan or to go and play in Mauritius or so forth. But if you look at it from the aspect we would have played no football, then you can say that's a plus. But in terms of the FIFA rankings, probably not a lot of value. But again, for Coach Engin Firat, he's building a team. That's what he's been telling us. So I want to hope that he saw the gray areas in the defeat and in the win against Pakistan, so that when the AFCON or the next round of qualifiers are out there and Stars are able to compete, he probably now has a squad he can entrust, the formations he can use, because he's been busy telling us, I'm building a team for the future.
Right.
So you look at it from those two prisms, that's what you get from where I sit.
So it's a good thing that they went to play. Did we notice anything about the quality of play? Has it improved? From where you're sitting. Unajua unaweza shindwa lakini mulijaribu.
You know, Nick Mwendo is a very good friend of mine. And let me throw a word of caution. These organized tournaments or friendlies, we should get away from them. I'm laughing because Rashid Abdallah called me. I was on my way back from Kakamega. Akaniuliza, una watch game? Nikamwambia no, niko barabarani traveling to Nairobi. Kenya iko 1-0. I told him it was, I think, 30-something minutes. Nikamwambia, Rashid, take it to the bank. Mauritius will beat Harambee Stars. Why? Mauritius are the organizers. They are very clever. Mauritius are position 180. They organized a tournament playing a team that is 102. Harambee Stars will lift Mauritius from the rock bottom. 180, they will climb up to position 150 or wherever. And for Mauritius, they are opened up to football. A small country like Mauritius, organizing a tournament, inviting Kenya to go and beat them. The other time, Iran organized a tournament. We forgot that they were supposed to beat us. Then Matasi fumbled, and we were beaten the way it was supposed to be. You know, because a goal was scored, and we realized, hey, we are not supposed to win this. Look at how Matasi was
sluggish.
Yes. You see, what I mean is, let us have quality friendlies. Let us organize quality friendlies. Play a team like Uganda, our neighbors here. Tanzania is doing a very good job, and Zita will allude to that fact, that this is a team that is position 2 on the qualifiers. They are going to the AFCON 2025. So, in my view, even as we talk of the quality, I saw Eric Ouma Marcelo, very good quality at the left back. We have quality players, but how are we using our quality players? Are we exposing them to dangers? You see, when I tell you let's go out for a journey, I should take you on a very beautiful path for that journey. Nisikuchukue nikupeleke Shakahola that we are going for a journey. Because the end game, we know, is death. How do you take Harambee Stars to play against Pakistan? Someone was asking me. I was confused. Was it cricket? Because Kenya at one point was very good in cricket. The era of Steve Tikolo, Maurice Odumbe. So someone was joking. Allah, kumbe it was football. We won against Pakistan. I was shocked that even Palestine is kwa FIFA ranking. These are the teams that we were above them. Imagine Palestine. Kuna timu ingine, very funny countries that do not even have interest in football, but they are above us. So I started by saying Nick Mwendo is my friend. Let us expose our players to quality football.
You know, when you talk about quality football, you have to go back to structure of what is happening here. You know, the way you've said Tanzanian football has grown because of what? The structure that is there and what they're investing in their local football. I mean, if you see even the younger first 11 when they're playing, most of them may be foreigner players. You know, wanapea player wako hapo motisha, like the local players motisha. I want to play like Nani. I want to play like Nani, you know. So when you talk about Kenya should play with a team like maybe Uganda or Tanzania or maybe even Ethiopia, even Sudan, not even Ethiopia, even Sudan. The structure that is there that is supporting the football, the local football there, it is very good. Look at our structure here. As much as we are blaming what happened to Firat recently, but let's look at the structure. What is happening? What is happening in our local league? Is it structured very well? Are we supporting the local league? Are we pouring money to the local league so that we see this league is going somewhere? are we broadcasting it? Because Yanga, as in Yanga is doing very well now. Yanga is doing very well. It's a league team, and you've seen that now. And now they're trying to put in the national team, whereby the national team is doing very well again. So let's look at the structure that is happening in Kenya before we blame the Harambee Stars. Look at the structure first.
Look at the structure. Arocho, what do you think finally about...
Personally, I'm surprised with the set. This is the second time. I'm surprised. What were we expecting from that match? Surely, Swila, Shitera. We were expecting a disaster. We were expecting a disaster. Why? Who is our coach? First of all, we need to ask ourselves, who is the coach? Is one man called Firat. Firat is a coach that failed miserably in Moldova. In the 11 matches that Firat played in Moldova, he never won a match.
Moldova are above Kenya.
No.
FIFA
Kindly, guys, kindly.
Moldova is above Kenya.
No. In silence. Please protect him. Please protect him.
Okay, you're protected.
The point I'm trying to bring is, how did we arrive at this coach? Because Kenya is not doing well. We need a coach who can jumpstart the game.
You're going back to the structure.
Just give me, please protect me.
Okay.
Now, there's another point here. Look at, for example, Mauritius. The best that Mauritius have ever performed in FIFA ranking is 112. The worst that Harambee Stars has performed currently is our worst, because we're just coming from a limbo, is 102. For the 1 year that Kenya did not play international football, we were around 102, 107. We've never gone past 110. And Mauritius, the best they've done is 112. This tells you something. That I will support Shitera for once.
Thank you.
That we are just big jokers. What were we expecting when we were playing Pakistan? In fact, we were lucky that we won. Look at the way Mauritius celebrated that win. Look at their president, the way he was so happy. Because these people invested to bring these teams so that, as he said, so that they can beat us.
Boost.
But once again, I'm saying I have a problem with my coach. Not because of his not only because of his performance in Moldova, but look at the fact that this coach only comes in a week or two before an assignment. This coach is
Where does he live?
He lives outside this country. We need a coach who can sit here and monitor the game. Now, the structures that Rita was talking about, how do we build structures with a coach who is not present? You understand?
But you, Arocho, you have assistant coaches that are...
No. Rita, wait, Rita. Rita, wait. Ultimately, the decision maker is the coach.
Correct.
You are not expecting the coach to be given a lineup so that he can go to Mauritius with strangers. Those are strangers to him. He needs to be here so that... What did Fabish do when he came here? Fabish went to Ukunda and picked Mohamed Sharif from Ukunda. Sharif went to Mathare United when Mathare United was in the 3rd division of the league and picked Maurice Wambua. What am I talking about?
Sefu Mutie.
He picked Sefu Mutie.
Yeah.
We need a coach who lives here so that he can know exactly how we are operating in Kenya, so that he can bring a change in Kenyan football. But with what we are currently having, what were you expecting?
We agree with that, Arocho, regarding scouting, whatever you said about the coach. They are all true. However, we need to put in place a system that would enable any good coach to flourish, whether today we fire Engine and hire Shitera. Shitera will get structures. We kick out Shitera and bring Raburu. You get a reserve of talent, so much so that you are spoiled for choice. And that's what the Germans did in 1994, that birthed the Ozil and Goatza, that generation. But now, you see, what we are not telling ourselves is, we know how football should be managed, what should be done, the structures that must be in place. But as a nation, we've never bothered to do that. You see, you can't get success using shortcuts. You must work for it. For instance, 2 weeks ago, I think it's Shitera who alluded to it. Why is CAF sending out a warning to clubs across Africa? Why are Gor, Nzoia, and Tusker in panic mode over the Women League? It has not been there. They don't have the women's sides. We know what the CAF club licensing rules talk about. They're talking about having junior sides within your ranks. Coaches who have undergone training, they have the requisite license. They have the women's side. How many of the 18 clubs in the top division have functional women clubs? Tell me, how many? They can't be more than 5, right? But these are the malais we've never addressed, right? Now, you are talking about academies or even facilities. Go to Egypt, for instance. They hosted the AFCON. Again, they want to bid for it. Look at those small fields that young boys are playing football under trained coaches who can nurture their talent even late at 10 p.m. It's because they have those structures. In Kenya, they're not existent. Apart from League Ndogo and Jogoo Road, show me any facility where these young boys can go train, even under floodlights. So unless you address this holistically, we can put the blame on the coach. We don't have a technical director as at now. Unless you address this, the federation could have failed. But again, Arocho, even if you go even to the clubs, even your own KCB, you go to Shabana, you go to Gor Mahia, you go to Leopards, they just exist in name. But in reality, there's really nothing you can walk to Gor Mahia and say.
Actually,
now, we are looking at the history of Gor Mahia.
Just to pick on that.
Just hold on. Even the history of Gor Mahia itself right now. If I came here as a researcher and I'm told this is the most decorated football club in East Africa, where do I begin?
Not in East Africa.
Is there a clubhouse to begin with? Is there a clubhouse to begin with? Where can I document that history? It's non-existent, guys. So it's a big
Where
shame.
will you get them?
Absolutely.
No, but just to pick on what you're saying, somebody was mentioned the government. Guys, let's give credit where it's due. On Friday, on Saturday, yes, was it Friday, around 12:37 p.m., the Harambee Stars players got their allowances.
It's no problem.
Wait, wait,
No one has not complained.
I'm building a case.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
my case.
Actually, no one has complained about that. Actually, the question we asked you is, Harambee Stars means...
Hold on.
Wait, Harambee Stars...
This is not even...
You know, I'm building a case.
I know where it's coming from, and I'm telling you...
You know what I'm going to say?
We have not complained about the allowances. Actually, I've asked him, and I asked him to table. Harambee Stars missed their opener against Djibouti. They did not spend in Mauritius...
For 3 nights.
For 3 nights. And yet, they were given their allowance. Actually, my question was, will we get a refund of that allowance?
Before I was rudely
I wanted to
interrupted.
respond to both. Okay. You see, Raburu, Arocho should just come out and tell us he speaks for the government. 2, we can't come and hail you, Raburu, for showing up to host Sporty Monday. That's your duty. If you can't host it, walk away. Get somebody else. So telling us they paid allowances, so we need to clap for them.
In his defense,
that's no brainer, guys.
Hold on.
Guys,
in his defense, okay, hold on. In his defense, number 1, he hasn't even finished his
what I'm saying.
Okay, finish. But
okay, go ahead.
Even if he finishes, it is the same thing we have said.
No. What I'm trying to say is this. No, you know, before I'm rudely interrupted, what I'm trying to say is this. Conducive environment. We need to ask ourselves, the performance in Mauritius, was there everything that we expected to be provided?
Arocho,
first and foremost,
conducive environment. The government has... No. He's getting it wrong. He hasn't treated it.
We were talking about structure.
Can he finish his point?
No, let me just finish my point.
Okay.
First and foremost, I congratulated the Federation. Because without the Federation, the facilitation and making sure that that allowance arrived on time could have not happened. So on my Facebook page, I gave kudos to the Federation. I'm also giving kudos because we've seen teams, in fact, the match against Iran, players have not been paid to date in full. So I'm just trying to tell you that don't take it to be so obvious that payment was to be done. The coach doesn't have an excuse. The only excuse we might have had is because we missed our flight to Mauritius on time. And that one was because of a cancellation of the flight.
Arocho, wait. Let me just say something.
I will also have to echo what Sula said. When you say don't take it for granted that payment was done, it is their job. They're supposed to pay
But we've seen several occasions Harambee Stars playing without payment.
But they're supposed to pay the players.
We were talking about structures. You know why West Africa, their team does very well? If you look at maybe, let's talk about Senegal. Why is it doing well? First 11 of Senegal, they're not even players from, they're not playing the African League, by the way. They're in Europe. What they always do, when you're 15 years in academy, if you're a good player, they take you to Europe. You know, that is the structure they're having, like taking export to Europe, and
Can I tell you why how
what
Senegal
are we doing
well?
for players that are playing for Harambee Stars as structures so that they can play very well? That is what I'm trying to say.
Let me bring Arocho's discussion to rest like this. Arocho Mauritius tournament was paid for and organized by Mauritius.
Okay.
Whether the government chipped in or not, it was organized and funded by Mauritius. True or false?
True.
The Iran friendly was organized and planned by Iran.
Who paid for the allowances?
Wait. Allowances aside, when I invite you, I cater for everything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I cater for everything.
No, wait.
And that is why I'm saying I challenge the federation. Wait, I challenge the government. Organize friendlies. There was a friendly that we were to play against Burundi, which we had organized. Now I'm coming to your point. We had organized to play against Burundi. But when the Iran offer came on board, we cancelled the Burundi friendly that was organized by Kenya.
I need to correct you.
True or false?
No,
you know, I normally...
Arocho, we have a rich order.
30
we
seconds.
Can't take the
Just 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. What I'm trying to say is this. It's wrong to say that allowances were paid by Iran.
I've not said allowances.
You said funded.
I said that match was funded by Iran.
Thank you.
And I have actually brought a fact on the table. We were to play against Burundi. But when the Iran offer came on the table, we cancelled it.
Okay.
True or false?
Okay.
True or false?
Let's proceed.
Okay, let's celebrate Shabana then. They did their team. They are now here. I have Jara Soja Masema. Welcome, Shabana FC. We welcome them to the Kenya Premier League. Though at the moment we are told there is no prize money for the Kenya Premier League. I hope Honorable Ababu Namuamba will come in. Our players can't play for the whole year and go home kono tupu. They have a family to feed. Welcome, Shabana, to do we call it the big leagues?
Big boys.
The big boys. The big boys. What I mean, they have the good thing that are a community club. We have seen their support base. We have seen the celebrations. I don't know if we have that as well. What is this? Look at that. Look at the people showing up to. And the challenge is that we want them to show up both in Kisii
and away.
Even on the Nairobi.
Actually, this is the crowd I've been talking about. And for me, I'll be happy and convinced even once they've sealed KPL return. Their first match, KPL opener, if that stadium can be filled the way it is filled, and whether it's 10,000 fans and they have paid the gate entrance of 200 or 300, I'll be happy, man. But if you have men forcing their way because it's Torebobe, and the club is working scot-free. I have qualms with that. No, guys, hold on. I'm raising a fundamental point because all these clubs in Kenya are working with begging bowls. That's the reality. We can talk about Gor Mahia fan base or Leopards fan base, but what has that fan base brought to the table, guys?
There's a pay
we have to face the fact.
The scourge of the pay bill.
Stamford Bridge will be filled with 60,000 fans who have paid to gain entry.
Actually, they have season tickets.
So we want to see that stadium filled not by goons like we're seeing there, who are being assaulted for maybe misdemeanor, but they are paying to support the club. They are turning up even in training ground to cheer that team. Away matches in Kisumu, they are traveling the
Nairobi.
team. And we want to see Leopards do the same. We want to see Gor Mahia do the same. And we want to see the county government of Kisii come partner. And we want to see corporates fighting for that shirt sponsorship. Some want the sleeve. If that will be happening to Shabana, to Gor Mahia, to KCB, then we'll say our football is developing. But singing praises where it's just hot air, I have qualms with that. Okay. So that's a challenge to Shabana, challenge to Arocho, challenge to KPL, a challenge to Federation, and a challenge to everyone. Because, guys, hold on, Arocho, because do you know how much a league win in South Africa gets? They take home 115 million Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
Come close home, Tanzania.
A league winner takes in Morocco, it's 88 million Kenyan shillings.
Just our neighbors here.
If you go to Ghana, which is doing bad like Kenya, a league winner in Ghana takes 3 million home. In KPL, actually, last term, the league winner didn't get anything. And even this season, Nick Mwendo is on record saying, we gonna not award any prize money. Now, to prepare for a home match, at City Stadium, which is not being used, or Nyayo, a home match, you're going to spend around 350,000. If you're traveling on the road to Mombasa, you're going to spend upward of 500,000 or 450, depending on where you put your players' accommodation. Calculate this for 4 months, then times 9 months. You get how much this team spent to have those players in the top division. I'm not talking about training allowances every single day. And I'm not talking about secretariat. You see? So this tells you how behind we are. We are miles behind to even compete with the best. So these are the things that need to be addressed by even Arocho as a stakeholder, by Shabana, by KPL, by the Federation, and Ababu Namwamba as the government.
For me, I'm excited for Seal and Shabana being in the KPL because I know now football inaenda kuchezwa mashinani. You know, talent is going to be seen in mashinani. And I hope even next, after the end of this, the next season that you're coming into, Pia, another team from maybe in outside Nairobi to come up and then on waingie KPL. You know, for me, it's something that's it excites me. Hatutakuwa na ile game itakuwa inachezwa Nairobi peke yake. Now the game is going to be played in mashinani. That is the exciting thing. And then something else, I don't want to talk what Sila has said. And for me, as I will still go back to the structure. You know, what Sila has said is still part of the structure. So I don't want to go into that. But for me, I'm just excitement.
So up there we have Muranga Seals, which is the next thing we'll talk about, and Shabana. So Arocho can do a double header, talk about Seals and also Shabana.
Yes, congratulations to Muranga Seal. I think I'll support what Swil has said. We need to invest. You know, Muranga Seal is not on top of that league just by sheer luck. You go to St. Sebastian Park, and in fact, I'll invite you, all of you guys, when Shabana is playing Muranga Seal in Muranga. These guys have invested in a multi-million stadium. It is one of the kind in Muranga. It is just in the middle of nowhere. You just find yourself in a magnificent stadium. So Seal are not there by fluke. And once again, congratulations to Masharia and the guys for the good job they're doing in Muranga. For Shabana, I think Sula doesn't know Shabana. Even when Shabana was still there 11 years ago, Shabana is a team that pulls a lot of crowd. When Shabana is playing in Kisii, everything comes to a standstill. And Shabana fans are so dedicated and are so disciplined, they don't get into the stadium without paying.
Arocho, I think you didn't get what Swila was talking about. Swila was talking about, yes, we have the fan base. The income of the fan base is what Swila was talking about. See, let us not turn Shabana to be
That's like what I'm debunking, because he's saying, is as if he was referring to some goons. What happened in Kisii there, and what you are seeing on the screen, there was confusion. There was a player, a Migori youth player who was red-carded, and guys invaded the pitch protesting that red card. So that is what happened. But normally, Kisii is very peaceful. Gusii Stadium is very peaceful. And if there's a stadium that rakes in a lot of money, is Gusii. The team was playing in the lower leagues, and they are paying even more than stadiums in the Premier League. Because in Kisii, for you to enter into the stadium, you pay averagely 200 shillings. And in Nairobi, in the Premier League, people pay as low as 100 shillings. But all said and done, kudos, and I'm happy. I'll share Rita's sentiments. The 4 top teams in the National Super League are from outside Nairobi. That is very healthy. That is Shabana, that is Muranga, that is Migori, and Mara. It shows that we are moving down. I'm normally very uncomfortable with the fact that most teams come from Nairobi. But mark my words, guys. The new boy is back home, and we are going to do what we do best.
All right.
Okay.
Aya. Mr. Mashinani yako hapa.
You see,
the Mashinani boy.
I will abnormally echo what.
Thank you. Thank you.
What Arocho. You see, I've been following this Shabana team, and as he said, for a team that is in the grassroots competition like Shabana, and we see this kind of fans in the stadium, which we have not seen in the Premier League, is a promising aspect that we are going to see in the Premier League next season. I've actually gone through the social media, it's awash with the jerseys for Shabana. Shabana girls are wearing the jerseys all over, and it means that they are paying for it. Of course, no one will give you a Shabana shirt for free, or are you giving out?
1,500 shillings.
They are buying it.
Yes.
So that is a clear indication that this team is being supported from the grassroots. That is what I love. Chapadimba is coming up this month. That is a clear indication of another grassroots talent search. And in my view, I would have thought that the government would have partnered with people who have experimented this grassroots thing, and they have succeeded. Chapadimba have succeeded, and I thought the government would have borrowed a leaf from them, even as they plan to start their tournament from Mashinani, which will be culminating to a national final. And that will be successful. Let us not just stage a tournament just for going to play. Let us have a purpose. What is the purpose? Look for talent.
All right.
And what he has said is coming out very strong. I would love to see a game between Shabana and Gor Mahia. It will be electric. Shabana will fill this stadium. That one I'm sure. Gor Mahia, I'm praying for them. Let them win the league this season. It will be the best thing that will ever have happened in 2023.
Something for 30 seconds is that let's, as Shabana and Sil have, Maranga Sil have come to the promotion of the league, please, let's keep our players so that, because those people come, if their players are from the, where is it? Kisii. Someone from Kisii will come and pay because they want to watch that.
Yeah, they want to pay, yeah.
Please. Let's not do it like the other teams that always come in the KPL and then they brush off the young players and buy new players. So let's just keep the team.
You remind me the times of Akina Shem Nyaberi.
Henry Motego.
Henry Motego.
Okay, and Angela Okutoi, who is now also did well. Let's talk about Angela as well, who did well. Kenya did well, and this is another field like we talked about, tennis. I'm happy that these people, the Omanyalas, Angie, these are unique people because these are sports that hitherto were not even a discussion on the table.
Yes.
But now they're doing well, and so kudos to Angie. There it is. That is the Billie Jean Cup. You can see what Kenya did there. Excuse me, getting a bronze. Sula, talk to us about Madam Okutoi and, of course, Alicia.
Actually, Okutoi is a trailblazer alongside Omanyala because they are venturing into territories that Kenyans haven't really ventured into, making a name, doing setting world records and making a name for themselves. And Angela, alongside Omanyala and Julius Yego, actually deserve a Hall of Fame, even by now. I'm assuming they stopped their sport now. They've already inscribed their names in the Hall of Fame of Kenya's sports. But now, even as Arocho is hailing the government, look at the pictures coming up on the screen. That tournament actually was played at the Nairobi Club, right? There's a private members club.
Correct.
Now, these are indoor games. Again, I challenge Arocho and his government to tell us how much they've invested in indoor facilities that we need in this country. Talk of the Nyayo Gymnasium, talk of Kasarani Indoor Arena, which is a crying shame. You talk of swimming facilities for such sports, they are not there. But Angela, despite the odds, despite the lack of support, even at the formative stages of her career, she's done really, really well. I think even the government just started embracing her after the record she set in the Americas. But that's not what we want. As I said, there are so many Faith Kipyegons out there.
Yes.
They're just waiting for somebody to hold their hands.
Right.
There are so many Julius Yegos. There are so many Omanyalas, Kule Mashinani. There are so many Angela Okutois. And she did well alongside her partner, Alicia, because the bronze we won was in the doubles. The singles we didn't do really well. So that should be a message, because when she did well in the Americas, she did well in the doubles. That needs to tell you this is where her strength lies. Now, at that age, she's still young, but can we use her also to mentor others? Because people now, we have kids, daughters who say, I want to be the next Angela Kutoi. But how do you do that? You only do that when you have the right climate in terms of facilities, indoor arenas, which we are lacking.
Funds.
So you get coaches who can nurture and walk the journey with them. And 3, you give them the financial support. And 2 weeks ago, I talked of Omanyala lamenting of traveling the world capitals all by himself because the lack of monies. But when he shatters a record, everybody want to take the pictures with him. We want to roll out the red carpet. That's not how it is done. Can we go out there to schools and public schools, not the academies, not the Aga Khans? I'm talking about the school where a common man can take his or her son, whether it's Baragoi, whether it is in Sichla, in Kakamega.
Yeah. You know the place.
Yeah, and Shitera's son can go to a public place, get a tennis court, practice there, nurture the talent, and realize that dream. But waiting that, wamelipa hii tuwapige makofi.
Swila, I'm with you on this. And in fact, I was so disappointed with the budget. I think the government of Kenya at times doesn't really value.
You're speaking.
But may I speak? I will say, when you're wrong, I will say you're wrong. When you're right, I will be with you. I was so surprised that they slashed 50% of the sports budget in the budget that was read the other day. The minister and whoever did that should at least look at the sports sector, because this is a sector that brings us a lot of publicity. Here is a year that we are hosting, we are anticipating to host the AFCON. And yet you're slashing the budgets. We need to build stadiums. We need to be ready for that big tournament. I feel that the government and all these other governments, not only this government, even the governments that were there, sport is normally regarded as a last resort. When every other ministry has been given their chunk, they say that what is remaining, 50, give the sport people 50.
So to answer that, what does that tell you with the promise of 8 world-class stadia with the reduced budget?
Pipe dream.
Does it tell you
It's
something?
not going to work, because when you slash, the initial budget could not even take care of the ministry, and now you've slashed 50% out of that. I think we need to make more noise as the sports, within the sports fraternity, to make sure that these people realize that sports is not a by the way. It should be the way.
All right. Speaking about that, and congratulations to Angie as well, and Alicia.
Just call her Angie.
Angela. Sorry, Angela.
Unajua where she comes from. Huko kuna anasema Sichira, kumbe you know the place. Wanashindwa Angie.
Angela. All right. Yes. So let's talk about Messi for a moment here, and how going and making sure that his team Wamalise Australia,
Leo.
The King Leo once again doing the thing is. I think I was happy for him, because there's been a lot of talk, and sometimes when you're the focus of attention, the pressure can at times get to you. But he did well.
To meet the branding, look at the fever pitch that is on the entire China when they just had Leo Messi coming here. Not to play China, but they're playing Australia, but on the Chinese soil. The fever pitch was so high. At the team's hotel, we had fans who pitched tent there throughout, just hoping to get a glimpse of him. You go to training venue, it was the same. On the match day, look at the terraces. 80% of the fans had the Argentine shirt, and not any number. It's just the number 10, Leo. Then on the pitch, a fan actually jumped onto the pitch and hugged him there, and he was arrested, and he said, I don't care if I'm arrested. I've attained my dream. I go to see Messi, I touched him, I hugged him. And he said, I've also sent out a message to the government that your security apparatus is sleeping on the job. If I can get from the terraces, jump onto that pitch, what does that tell you? So as much as they've arrested me, I'm happy they're going to address this security breach. And for Messi, actually, when he was interviewed, he was asked about 2026 World Cup. And he said to me, that is insignificant, because I can't talk about it now. I just want to enjoy this moment. Had we not won the World Cup, I couldn't have been on this soil. I couldn't be the Argentine team right now. But for now, I just want to enjoy my football. And at 35, look at that goal, as Raburu calls it, vintage Messi, how it was executed superbly. And right now he's going to North America, in Miami, Beckham.
Inter Miami.
And people are wondering, why is Leo not going to Saudi Arabia, where he was going to be the highest paid athlete in sports history, and going to Inter Miami? But look at those clauses. He's going to earn much more there. And even right now, he hasn't gone to America as at now.
And he has a
but
chance
look at the favor pitch already.
To own a club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So financially, in the long run, he's going to earn more at Inter Miami than a move to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But all said and done, I think that golden generation of Argentina, I'm talking of Leo, I'm talking of Angel Di Maria, those two who have really lasted in that team. Kun Aguero couldn't win the World Cup with them. But look at the fact that Angel Di Maria was with Leo when they won the gold at the Olympics. He's worked with the team. The heartaches they've suffered, Copa America, losing it twice in the final. Then in that final, against Scolani, decided to touch
in Enzo Fernandez.
Di Maria, actually. Di Maria. Di Maria hadn't started a single game at the World Cup in Qatar. Then in the final, he started Angel Di Maria. And look at the spark he brought in that team, the opening game. And he's still with Leo in that team now. So I think when the history of Argentine football is written, Angel and Leo will actually have theirs. And actually, Angel has really not been talked about much, but he deserves a lot of credit for that. And credit to the Aston Villa keeper, an ex-Arsenal goalie. Actually,
you had to drag Arsenal into this.
Angel Di Maria is also ex-Man.
But he's not saying it.
Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? Actually,
you're biased.
Actually, the change in fortunes for Argentina began when Bernd Leno, the Arsenal goalkeeper, the German, picked an injury, and the Aston goalie, remind me of his name, got a chance in the team. That was the turning point for Argentina, because you see they were reaching these cup finals, losing on penalties. But in him, they had a winning mentality, a sport kick specialist, so happy for Leo.
Right.
I think, as you've already said, I think there is a transition even there, because you can see even our star boy from Manchester United now, he's been first called up for the national team, and he was among the people who played. And for me, I'm still 50-50 if Leo is going to play for in the World Cup. Actually, for, as you said, he's enjoying his time, but I'm seeing him retiring very soon. So, good for him.
He can help them qualify.
Yeah, but he can retire. Yeah, he can retire.
All right. Well, of course, unfortunately, because of time, we're going to have to end right
As
there.
You end, your colleague is watching.
Who is this?
Michelle Katami,
okay,
if you know her, and she's saying, I'm watching your show and chat on around the budget. I think it was slashed because it is no longer combined with the universal health care drought. The location is for Pamoja, Bid, and Talenta Hala, from what I was informed, because I asked the ministry. But a great discussion. I really enjoyed it all through.
All right, thank you for the insights. Asante sana, shukran. All right, we're going to end it right there. Tuonane hapa tena next week. Arocho, go tell them.
No, my final word to my governor, the governor of Kisii, Mheshimiwa Simba Arati. I'm speaking to you, sir. Get hold of the team. The team needs your support so that we can recruit well, so that we can compete well with Gor Mahia and FC Leopards.
But I think there is no better way of showing the support, because the other time he even invited the former Prime Minister.
Financially.
So I think.
Okay.
He's showing it.
Okay, hold on.
30
we are wrapping up.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Ibrahim Kata. Because of time,
congratulations to SA and Zambia.